Hello, my name is Alexander.
My name is Elias.
My name is Gulla.
Welcome to our Hobbit review. Whoops. After J.R.R. Tolkien. Gulli, tell us a little bit about the book.
The book is a Middle-earth fantasy. The Middle-earth fantasies are very great. They have humans, elves, dwarves, a lot of creatures. It starts in the Shire, which is a hobbit village, and the main character is Bilbo Baggins, a hobbit, well respected, comes from two respected families, and he goes on a journey with a wizard and 13 dwarves. The ultimate goal is to redeem the Lonely Mountain, and the story is really great because it's not that long, it's not too short, and has adventure, humor, excitement, so I really recommend it.
My favorite chapter is chapter 6. The title of the chapter is Out of the Frying Pan into the Fire. This chapter is about Bilbo escaping the caves and finding the dwarves. And they got ambushed by wargs, and the fellowship climbed up the trees. And wargs called to the goblins, and goblins starting the fire in the trees. Luckily, the eagles saw what's going on and helped the fellowship.
My favorite chapter is chapter 5, Riddles in the Darkness. Chapter 5 is a chapter between two very exciting chapters. Chapter 5 is also very exciting. There's a lot of thrill in it, and it starts off when Bilbo fell down this pit, lost the dwarves, and wakes up. It's completely dark. He can barely see anything, and he finds this ring on the floor, takes it, and just puts it in his pocket without thinking about it. He has been wandering through these caves and finds a puddle. In the puddle is a creature on a boat. This creature is Gollum. You might know Gollum from Lord of the Rings, very famous character, and Gollum is a savage creature. Eats everything that it can find, mostly just fish, sometimes goblins. Sees Bilbo, probably wants to eat him, but he also would like some company, so they play a game of riddles, and if Gollum wins, he's gonna eat Bilbo. If he loses, he'll show him the way out. Luckily, Bilbo wins, not in a very fair way though, and Gollum goes back to his island to get his ring, and that's the same ring that Bilbo found earlier. When he comes back, Bilbo starts running. He starts running some tunnels, falls down, and accidentally slips on this ring. The ring makes him invisible. Sorry. And Gollum just goes past him, and Bilbo is like, what just happened? Follows Gollum through the caves to the end, jumps over him, sees a lot of goblins, flees them, puts the ring on, turns invisible again, and then sees the big door, runs towards it, gets stuck in it for some while, gets through, and starts running behind the shadows of the trees. And that is basically the end of the chapter.
My favorite chapter is chapter 1, An Unexpected Journey. This chapter starts off with Bilbo's just regular life, but then a wizard came named Gandalf and invited Bilbo to an adventure. Bilbo did not accept, but invited Gandalf to come by at any time to get some tea. Gandalf accepted and said he would come by tomorrow. The next day, Bilbo heard someone knocking on a door, and thought, of course, it was Gandalf. But no, it was some random dwarf that he had never seen. And the dwarf barged in. A few moments later, another dwarf came, and another, until there were 13 in total. Then Gandalf came, and Bilbo furious because they were eating all his food. But at last they convinced Bilbo to come with them to the adventure after explaining the plan. And that is the end of the chapter.
My favorite character is Gandalf. Why? Because he's very smart, funny, and likable. What about you, Alex?
Tough question, but I must say Bjorn, the guy that can change into a bear. Why? He is very cool, he's funny, and rude to the dwarves. You don't need much more than that. But what about you, Gulla?
I totally agree with you on a tough question there, Alex. I'd say Bilbo. It's really mainstream, but just to be honest, it's Bilbo. He's the little guy, kind of clumsy. Everything he does is kind of funny. He doesn't fit in the dwarf group, but
At first,
but still he has a lot of abilities. He's different and he's special, and that makes him who he is. But I also love seeing how he changes throughout the story, from this stand-byer to this hero.
Very true, very true. But we're coming to an end now. Elias, what would you rate the story?
I will rate it 4 of 5 stars.
Ooh. I personally would rate it 4.5 of 5.
9 out of 11 from me, you know.
Cool. But we wanted to thank you for watching. Great book. Thanks.